Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Well, guys, they found her. They have found Raven Yates. And for those of you who don't remember, this is the young lady who abandoned her kids in Texas. And she was spotted in Alabama by family members not having a kid. So I believe they contacted the father. The father came to Texas, called the police, came to Texas, and they found the kid, had been alone for weeks, maybe a couple of months, with very little food, nothing clean, and hadn't heard from their mom. So I did a video about it originally, but today it seems like she has been found. This is from the dailystar.co.uk, and it says, smiling mom who abandoned kids for 2 months demanded lipstick for arrest pic. Y'all, there's something mentally wrong with this young lady. I used to be the type of person who, you'll maybe condemn people, judge them for their acts. But the older I get, the wiser I get, the more I understand that a lot of people do have mental issues. Now, it doesn't excuse them for their actions. What it allows me to do, or want to happen, is thorough investigation. On the person's upbringing, for one. It always starts there, because remember, everything starts with the home, at the home, your upbringing. That's where your personality is developed, no matter what. Whether your parents are involved, not involved, whether you're heavily in the streets, heavily watching and listening to music or movies or shows that are not conducive to, proper learning, engagement with other people, whether it's constructive or very little constructivity, if that's a word, to it. Your education, all that, the people you hang around, all that develops, creates your personality. The drug use, if there is some, alcoholism, so on and so forth. Because the brain, as we know, it continues to evolve, at least up into the age of 25, as researchers and scientists have said. So when you're young, and let's say you partake in whatever kind of activities, you have kids at a young age, whatever the case, stuff, it is wherever you're at, plays a major part in your development. So I want to know, do a psyche eval, basically, see how she grew up, and it's not to be nosy. I know they got these little HIPAA violations that people don't want to violate, but you could at least do case studies, because that's what we do in nursing. Case studies. We look at case studies that are really based on true events. You may not can use a person's name, but true events. But tell the lay people, the people who don't understand the medical terminology and stuff, break it down for everyone so they can understand. Look, this is how it started. This is how we can correct it for the future, so that the next generations don't have to go through this. And we continue to educate. One thing we do have to do in nursing, every day that we see a patient, is educate. Every day. Have to document that we educate this person on something. And lots of times it's over the same thing over and over and over again, but it doesn't matter. Because we have to make sure that you educate the person, that the person knows without a shadow of a doubt what is being done or what needs to be done. Simple as that. So anyway, let's get into the story and just give you my little quick comments. It said, like I said, this is from overseas, so it's gonna say different words than what we folks in America used to. But a mom who grinned widely as police seized her for her abandoning her kids for 2 months demanded lipstick to look good in her arrest now. I looked at the picture. I wondered, did they give her lipstick? Because if they did, let's see. Well, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I got no two qualms about it. Officer sees Raven Yates for leaving her daughter, 12 and 3-year-old son alone in the family home in the city of Roman Forest, Texas. Yates, 31, was arrested at the apartment complex in her home city of Mobile, Alabama on Wednesday, March 8th. Now, I'm wondering, why did it take so long to find her? Were they really looking for her? You know, or were they just, I mean, think about it. You abandoned kids. I mean, I guess I understand if she was like a mass deleter or, you know, a drug kingpin. They would probably have people surveilling her whereabouts, you know, day and night. But she was in her hometown, and they said family members say they had seen her without her kids. This was earlier this year. So that lets you know that you know where she's at. So why the resources ain't put out to go and get her? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It said the suspect, who was staying with a male friend, was found after the Gulf Coast Violent Offender and Fugitive Task Force received a tip off about her whereabouts. And here's the thing, people. You go back to earlier videos that I've done. We get on the police, talking about they don't do their job, and you know, police brutality, all that kind of stuff. I'm with it. But the police cannot do their job without the help of the people. You have to say something. It's like I said, the police do not sit around in your neighborhood waiting for crimes to happen so they can see it. They don't expect that. I know there have been a couple of videos out, maybe somebody committed a crime and then there's any other police, you look, and when they pass by, the police sitting like right there, and the police go and chase it. You see, but that rarely happens. When something happens, any crime that's being committed, the police have to work off of tips. Period. If you don't help them, then crimes will not get solved, and no one will go to jail, and then your neighborhood will continue to be terrorized. If that's the way you want to live, that's fine. But until then, you know, you get what you give. So, and then too, she's with a male friend. See, that guy. Shoot, they should be questioning him, and he might be racked up on charges, like an accessory thereafter, because everybody in this country knew they were looking for this woman. And she's living with you. I mean, but you know what? That happens a lot, unfortunately. A lot of times, and I don't know this situation. She seems to be sitting here smiling for the cameras and stuff, trying to look like, you know, everything is all good or whatever. But a lot of times, man, these women will leave their kids for a dude. They will take their kids through the ringer for a man. Any man that show them attention, smile, whatever the case may be. And like I say, it's unfortunate. A lot of these beautiful young ladies have low self-esteem, don't understand their value or their worth, so they think a guy says something that he seems strong, but yet can make them feel good. They give up their whole life for this person, and the person can be abusive to them and the kids. And I've seen it. Now you'll leave your kids to get out of the abusive situation, but you'll still stay with this guy. Or you know, you'll kick your kids out because you know your guy is what you call, you know, what they call it, a person that likes younger kids, whatever it's called. You know that he's perverted like that, and you'll kick your kids out, blaming them for what his grown buddy is doing. Anyway, again, gotta do a psych eval, y'all. It said when cops arrived on the scene, the friend allowed them entry into the flat to arrest Yates. See, he wasn't gonna give up his freedom, his life for you. All this, he's going to get his little good, you know what I'm saying, and get it and clap them cakes as long as he could. But when the police pull up, he ain't going to jail for you. You can go to jail for yourself and your kids, but he ain't. Police Chief Stephen Carlisle said she was photographed in handcuffs with a full smile on her face and seemingly unbothered by the charges against her for allegedly putting her own children in danger. I don't know if she was playing a part or whatever it is, but she, I think, was playing for the camera. She wanted to have a smile. She wanted to look good. The arresting officer reportedly said she asked about putting lipstick on before the photo was taken. So Yates is now back No, is now being held at the Mobile Police Department awaiting extradition back to Montgomery County. Her children were reported left alone at home in Roman Forest on September 28th of last year. Ooh, got this picture? No, turn around. Anyway, the half-siblings are believed to have survived only because the girl asked her father to get takeaway food delivered to the home, claiming her mother was working. She was reportedly threatened by her mother, who told her that if she told anyone, her father would take her away and leave her little half-brother alone. And I know a lot of people are upset with the dad, and it's like, is he really concerned? Like, how could he not have known that the mom wasn't living there? You know, he don't ask questions and this and the third. But you have to understand people's relationships with each other when it comes to parenting. I can use myself as an example. I have a child. I mean, she's in school, college now, but even in high school, you know, she could call me, text me, saying, you know, Dad, I need money for this. I want to do that. Yes, I need money for food. I need money to get my hair done, whatever. And I just send it to her. I don't ask where your mama at, even though, you know, I was paying child support back when she was in high school. But, you know, now, even back then, I was like, I didn't ask like where your mama at. You know what I'm saying? Your mama got all my money, blah, blah, blah. You know, I just sent it to my daughter. My daughter asked, I just give it to you. You know, never did questions like that. But I also, you know, see my daughter more often than this guy did, because he lived in California and his kids were in Texas, Houston, close to Houston. So he probably didn't get a chance to see his kids a lot. You know, so I can see my kids all day, every day if I needed to, if I wanted to. You see, so that and me and that mother have a, you know, cordial relationship. So that really wouldn't be a problem with me. So it's not really on that same level. But again, like I said, he may not have a great relationship with their mom, with his daughter's mom. So the daughter calls, say she wants something, he just do it. The girl's father called, the father found out what was going on when family members spotted Yates without the children in her home city and alerted him. The girl's father called police and traveled to Texas from his home in California where he was working at the time. He told how when the family moved to Texas a year earlier, the children were not enrolled in school. It said Roman Forest Police Department said in a statement on November 14, 2022, a concerned father reported to the Roman Forest Police that his 12-year-old daughter had been at home alone with their 3-year-old brother since September 28th, and much of the time without access to food or medical supplies. As the cops found the children, Carlisle told local media no food in the house, everything was empty. There was some dry beans and spices. That was it. Let's see what else. Remember, she had a 14-year-old daughter that they found out had ran away from home. You know, and then they found her and they got everybody's place with family members, all the kids' place with family members. I mean, the question is, why the 14-year-old run away? Could be because of the male companionship that her mother was with. A lot of times that happens. Again, I'm not saying that is what went on with this story, but a lot of times that will happen. Maybe she did something, ran away, and the parents was afraid they were gonna get caught. The parent and her boyfriend, whoever she was with, afraid they were gonna get caught, and they ran back to Mobile and left the kids. But I like to know, try to keep an eye on this story, man, because I like to know the whole backstory, because I don't really like when stories come out and you don't know the whole reason why everything is happening. Because again, in order to fix problems, or to say, hey, this is the reason why this situation took a left, you know, you have to know, like I say, what happened. And that way you can help other people. So you can let people know that they're not alone, because a lot of people think that they go through certain things, they're the only one, and there's no help, and they just have to go through it. But actually, there's a lot of help out there. There's a lot of people out there going through problems, and you just gotta know who to reach out to. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comment below and then share it with the world. And do I think she need to go to jail? You know, possibly yes. You know, at the least in a mental institution, but nothing lower outside of those two options. You know, other than that, nah, she can't. She shouldn't be in the free world, that's for sure. But anyway, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.